Hi Paul, thank you very much for inviting us into your home and talking about the photographs you submit to the Village magazine. How long have you been taking photographs?
Seriously, about 10 years I suppose. It started when I started walking the dog when we moved here. That's when it really became a serious interest. I've been in property and it involves, even back in the 60s, taking photographs. Admittedly, it was with a Polaroid land camera, which was a very mucky, messy job in those days. I've always been involved with property photography. I stopped working in the city in 2004. I got tired of driving into the city every day. It was an hour and a half each way. So I decided to work from home, and we moved here about that time, and I've had an office upstairs ever since.
Where's here?
Abbey Park in Redditch. It's on the golf course, so it's a nice view out of my office window, which suits me fine.
You've submitted an awful lot of pictures to the BBC and Central and shown on national TV. How many do you reckon you've had on the television?
I would think it's 50, something like that. It's a hit and miss thing. Sometimes I can go weeks without. I send them what I think are really nice pictures, they don't use them, and I put one in that's a bit iffy and they use it. So it's potluck basically.
You've recently been interviewed for the radio and also the television following the murmuration here in Redditch. How did that come about?
Well, it was strange because I went to take photographs of the murmuration and they weren't coming out very well. I was looking at them in the camera. I could see they were blurred because it was very dark, so I thought I'll try filming it. And I just filmed the last sequence where they fly around and then all drop from the sky. And I thought, oh, that's pretty good. So I figured out how to send it, and I sent it to the BBC, and they put it on immediately, and they followed it up with the interview. But that film's had 118,000 viewings now, believe it or not.
And you must have a big catalogue of images stored on your computer. Where do they go? What do you do with them?
I had at one stage 50-odd thousand images, which meant the computer was choking. So I've spent a long time over the last few years reducing it down to about 20,000. And my aim is to get it down to about 5,000. So I'm constantly reviewing it. It's all in year order all the way through. So I can find things, but I've got to find a way of displaying them better, that's for sure.
In the old-fashioned days, we used to have to rely on 35mm film, and we'd never know what picture we had until we got them back from the chemist.
I find that the new system with cards is brilliant, because I can go out on a sunny day and take 250, 300 pictures and end up with 3. And I know as soon as I start looking at them on screen, which are the good ones, which ones are the bad ones, I don't change the pictures. I might lighten them or darken them a little, but I don't manoeuvre them or add new skies. My pictures are pure because I like to do it that way. I delete the ones that aren't good straight away. I shorten it down to perhaps 20, and I can shorten that down to 5 or 6 very easily these days. Sometimes I put one against another, quickly look from one to the other and make a decision on the spot, and I can just pick the best one, or what I think is the best one.
I recall that you've produced some charity calendars in the past. Which charity did you support? Cancer
Research. We've always been firm supporters of that, and it started with me taking pictures of friends' dogs when I was out walking, and I realised I got quite a lot, and I said to them, if I do a calendar with pictures of your dog, would you buy one? And we sold it very well. We did it for 3 or 4 years, and we raised quite a reasonable amount of money, and it was very enjoyable. So
what is your favoured subject matter?
Nature, I suppose. Birds, flowers, anything, swans. I'm very friendly with the swans in the local pond. I keep an eye on them. So that's my general thing. And buildings sometimes, but not people. I'm not very good at people. You've got some favourite haunts that you walk quite often. Where are they? Well, one's just down the road here. It's Abbey Meadows, which is a beautiful little nature reserve down by Forge Mill Museum, which is unspoiled. Lots of nice people down there. I used to walk that way with my dog every day because she wouldn't travel, but now she's passed away. I go to Malvern, all over the place. Anywhere that's high where I can get nice views. So I do a lot of photography because I deal with land, and it's nice to go and do something different to just strolling around taking views. There's a need to have accuracy, I always pick a nice day as best I can, because pictures on a dull day are dull pictures, even if it's work pictures.
Is it the camera or is it the photographer that makes the picture?
I used to take pictures on a very small Instamatic camera that were, I always thought, very good. My techie son decided that we were in London and he persuaded me to buy a Canon camera, which was about 10 years ago. I've upgraded once to a slightly better one. I haven't got a top of the range camera, but I've got a good camera. I'd swear by Canon.
Someone coming into photography for the first time, or even revisiting it having retired, what suggestions would you give them to produce those images that we see on the cover of the Village magazine?
Just buy a good quality camera. I find the ones with the viewer that tilts absolutely a godsend, because you can take pictures low down, high up. You're not just taking them at face level, which can be boring and very samey.
Have you yet taken your best image?
I hope not. I always seek to improve and try different things, different angles. I'm getting more conscious of weather conditions as time goes on. Dull picture, dull day, doesn't work.